many people have that one person in their life who wishes for nothing but the best for them. And for me, that person is my mother. Here's a picture of her, as you can see here. I believe that she does very well deserves a spot within the Mother's Hall of Fame, as she's just because of the sheer impact she's had in my life and the manner in which she sculpted many aspects of my life, which has turned me into the man I am today. In my family, and I know this was as a result of my mother's background, where back when she grew up in Etiki State, Nigeria, with her parents in a six-family household, education was very, very highly regarded as an important thing, because my mother's mom, she knew that the best, easiest path to success was through education, getting proper education so that you know and you can develop a passion, and then from there, take that passion with an education backed by it, and then make something of yourself. So she made sure that that ideal was instilled within all of my mother's siblings, and especially, my mother took that to heart, because she finished all her schooling in Nigeria, and on top of that, she did advanced school. She went to college in Nigeria, but I believe when she came to America in 2004, my father, something happened with the credits or whatnot, where she wasn't able to transfer them. So even then, even with that setback, my mom didn't back down. She came to America, applied, went to community college, got an associate's in 2011, and then, she finished that. I went to, I forgot this other college, almost got her bachelor's so that she could do nursing, but she was delayed because of marriage strifes, and that was, when things really went down south with my parents' marriage. Which leads me to another point where the biggest accomplishment of my mother that I hold highly, even beyond all her academic accomplishments, and the fact that she's able to work in a hospital and work towards becoming a nurse, is just the sheer fact that she was able to muster up the strength and courage to divorce my father, as back during the time of my marriage, marriage struggle, which ended up with them being divorced, was that my mother was, she was not, she was being abused, and I had seen this multiple times in my life, and there's times where I had walked in upon it multiple times, and I could have made the difference between one of my parents being arrested that day. Well, not one of my parents. My father had been arrested on multiple accounts if I had figured out how to dial 911. But besides that, I really see my mother and admire her for her ability to not ignore, but to be resilient enough to push past all of the voices that all her close friends telling her, all her close friends telling her that she should not, talk about it. She should just, tuck it down and buckle up for the ride or whatnot. But I'm glad that she was able to, resist against all those voices and do her own thing, making sure that she's safe, because if things had continued that way, I probably would not be able to, I'd probably be talking about my mom in past tense as if she was dead, because if things had continued to go on, I feared that my mother would not be with us today. But I'm glad that she was able to find the strength and divorce my father. But going back on the education strife, education of my mama's education, she came to America, got her associates in HCC in 2011, couldn't finish her bachelor's because of the strifes, but after she got the divorce, I believe it was maybe 2 or 4 years, she needs to get back on her feet, and then after that, she's back into school again. Right now, she's on track to finishing her accelerated bachelor degrees for nursing, so that by the summer of 2025, my mom will be having a bachelor's in nursing, which that really inspires me, because I'm also trying to work towards going towards the same field, not exactly the same department that she's in, but I plan on going to med school eventually. Now, although I still have like at least 3 years ahead of me, or that's if I don't take a gap year. But I have time on me. But it's like seeing my mom do these things like that makes it so that any challenges I may face on my path to my goal of becoming a physician, I know that I can persevere, and this is through my mother. So yes, once again, I'd like to reinstate my mother. She dutifully deserves a spot within the Mother's Hall of Fame. Thank you for listening to my speech.